At the Red Bull Ring in Austria, we saw a different Mick Schumacher. We saw him battling against a 7-time world champion in Lewis Hamilton, angry after the sprint race for his team not letting him pass on his teammate Kevin Magnussen because he felt he was faster, and then a career best finish of 6th in a Haas that hasn't been upgraded yet this year. So why has Mick suddenly found a rich vein of form? Well, in today's video I want to take a look at that, so let's go. So it's not been an easy year for Mick. He's had some big crashes at the beginning of the season, a stern talking to from Gunther Steiner. So really pressure has been mounting on Mick to start to perform. And why has it taken this long for Mick to start to show some signs of promise and the speed that we might have expected to see from him now? Mick has been known in junior categories to start slow. Often takes a season and a bit to start to get up to speed of the other drivers. It was certainly the case in F2. And although he is now into his 2nd season in Formula 1, Haas were way off the pace in 2021. He had a teammate that was also not that highly regarded, and I think it's fair to say was not that quick. So he was often racing on his own. So really wasn't getting the most out of his rookie season in Formula 1. And then not to mention that we've got completely new cars for 2022, so all of the drivers have had to adapt, if not completely change their driving styles to suit the new cars. Mick's been knocking on the door of points for a number of races though. Miami was his first real good chance, unfortunately making a mistake on an overtake on Sebastian Vettel into turn 1. He qualified really well in Canada and was running inside the points before a reliability issue took him out of the race. And then he got his first points in Silverstone. But it was really in the sprint race in Austria where we saw Mick battling really hard with Lewis, putting up a fantastic defence. Lewis eventually getting through. Mick lost the DRS toe on his teammate getting over the 1 second gap in front of him. Mick was straight on the radio saying, "Tell Kevin to slow up because I still need the DRS to defend from Hamilton." And I love that. It's the first we're really hearing of Mick thinking about strategy and race strategy and using the team and demanding more from the team. He's been quite timid on the radio, and his radio engineer is quite softly spoken, so it seems like he's being quite cuddled by his radio engineer, and you start to wonder whether he's really made of the strong stuff that he needs to be a Formula 1 driver long term and a world champion. But in his post-sprint interview, I saw a fire inside Mick. His eyes looked different and he's looked so Michael-esque. It was a real Michael kind of fire within him, and it was amazing to see. And then of course he managed to convert that great sprint race into his best career finish of 6th, which is a fantastic result for him and the team. And I believe in Austria it was the best result for Haas for about 2 or 3 years. So really good and really impressive. But why is this so impressive? Well, Haas haven't upgraded their car yet all season. Haas have struggled on some circuits, but they've done really well at others. Canada's a really good example of that, and Austria is another one. They're just getting the best out of their car, understanding their package. They had quite high expectations at the start of the season. Everyone really liked their philosophy. They'd potentially been one of the first teams to move over to their 2022 car development, quite openly not upgrading their 2021 car at all. So when they released their 2022 car at testing, everyone was pretty impressed with the development that they'd managed to produce on their car. But their car is still very track dependent, as we have seen with a number of other teams. And Kevin has also got a good reputation on the grid. So if he can continue to consistently outperform Kevin Magnussen, then that's really good for Mick's career in Formula 1. So what's changed then? Why are we seeing Mick 2.0? Well, he's definitely got a lot more confidence now. I think those points in Silverstone really took a lot of pressure off. I think he's still under pressure, maybe not for his seat in F1. I would be so surprised to see him off the grid in 2023, but he really needs to start cementing himself and giving himself a better reputation on the grid and start knocking on the door of those top teams, and particularly Ferrari seems to be in that path towards Ferrari, which is looking like a difficult team to get into right now, with both drivers performing quite well and Carlos Sainz having picked up his form this year. It appeared like Mick was possibly overdriving earlier on in the year. It certainly made a few mistakes and some massive accidents, costing the team a lot of money, and that really caused Gunther to have a word with him. Maybe he's driving a little bit more within himself and he's just got that confidence to maybe break that a little bit earlier and get a little bit more speed, or get the car turned more in the corner. And just driving, rather than overdriving, you're driving within yourself and within the limits of the car. I'd be really interested to hear what you think about Mick Schumacher. Do you think he's going to perform well for the rest of the season and go from strength to strength? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like and subscribe for more F1 content. And why don't you check out this video on why I'm still not convinced about the F1 sprint races. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.